Welcome back, guys. We have another account review today from Anonymous. But not Anonymous on Discord, but we'll keep him confidential because he requested it right here in this message. So his message to me is, "Hi Kimo, I've been playing since March of 2021 and have been taking it pretty casually up until recently. So about 1.5 years now. So not bad at all. I don't play specific factions. I'm just a collector and don't really mind leveling up other ships. I have low campaign progress as I don't play it that much. I've been trying to get into Operation Siren, but I can't seem to beat the strongholds or higher level bosses. In level 15 metas fights, I am doing around 300 500k damage. Not sure if that's a good thing or not. And I am looking to increase that picture of the fleets included. Thanks for the advice." All right, so we got some stuff to talk about later on in the review, but we'll talk about the basic stuff as of right now. So going down the list, we do have at least 11-1 done, so that is good. I don't play campaign often, but you do have chapter 11-1 done, which is, if you guys really want to like get to at least a decent farming map in this game, 11-1 is a good stopping point. Now, I would highly recommend you guys get to World 12, but World 11-1 is perfectly fine because you can farm this place for EXP to get more ships to 120 minimum. So sitting here and chilling, getting a lot of ships to 120 is perfectly fine. Just go through it, auto it as many times as you can per day. Get those 120 ships racking up very, very fast, and you should be okay. Just keep doing that for a while until you're confident moving up in the campaign progress. Don't worry too much about it. It's not that difficult. Anyways, though, updated with Musashi. Very nice. All right, so this guy did get Musashi, thank God. So we do have some maxed out KMS ships right here. Very nice. All the UR KMS ships are maxed out. Very nice. We have Shinano, Hakuryu in the works. E-Girls there as well too. Also working on Plymouth. So you have PR5 worked on right now. Very, very nice. Got a lot of good ships. Yeah, you pretty much have a good idea as to what to work on, so that's good. That's very, very good. I'll probably talk more about it later on, but you have a general idea of what you want to level up in terms of end game stuff. And I do see maybe a couple of waifu stuff in here, like Prince Ogun, so that's one of them. Atago is definitely another one as well too. Maybe Essex, I'm not sure. Of definitely one of the Western favorite ships by all means for meme reasons, but hey, having one reason to, any reason to like a ship is perfectly fine, so I'm not going to judge there. Anyway, so I'll talk about more of the ships later on, but you do have a good general idea as to what to work on as of right now, so that's very, very good. Now, going to gear, we have the, I hope you got the Yamato. Okay, you get the Musashi gun at +10, that's good. I was going to say, because I didn't see, I was like, whoa, did you get the gun or not? Because that's something to be wary about, but you got the gun, so that's good. You pretty much got all of the UR gear except the New Jersey one, but that's from an event that you weren't there for. So I'm curious, whenever they rerun New Jersey's event, I wonder if the people that were there gets a second for MK7. I think they've done this one time where they reran I think it was Divergent Chessboard, and they made it so people couldn't get duplicates of the Rainbow Torpedoes, I think. I'm not exactly sure about that. Or it was a duplicate or something like that. But if they do that, that'd be really, really good. I really want duplicate MK7 because HE BB guns are very, very lacking in the damage department. So having another MK7 will help out a lot for light armor enemies, for battleships by far. Having a second one definitely would be nice. So hopefully they add it though, but we'll have to see. Anyways, going into gear, we do have some steam catapults. Get these to +13 when we can. We're focusing on carrier stuff. Got some Corsairs for when we're doing World 12. Very nice. And 13. Couple of washing machines. Very good as well too. Got 2 black shells worked on as right now. Very nice. 2 gold fire control radars. But you already have the rainbow one right here, so you're good. A couple other stuff at worked on as right now. Very nice. A couple of barracudas at like +6 and +3. That's kind of funny, but don't worry, you don't have to level them up. I'm just I thought that was funny. 6 and 3, right? Actually 6 is fine, but 3 is like a weird number, but is what it is. 1 Sea Hornet at +10. Very nice. Maybe some steam maybe some more Bofors would help out If you can get these, get one more, and that'll be okay for the time being. If you want to get into bossing stuff, definitely get more reuses. One thing to answer for your more damage for OS stuff, or not meta fights, and OS fights in general for bosses, is that if you're using carries, you have to use converging bombers, and if you're not using junkers, which I'll probably look at later on, you want to use reuse. So you need more of these right here. Get more of these, get like Helldivers and some good AP rockets, and you should be okay. So I do see some AP rockets right here. These are very good for light and medium armor. Get them to plus 10 minimum. Try to go for 13 whenever you can, but these are very, very good for light and medium armor targets, which is a lot of the enemies in the game as of right now. So these are very, very good to have. And yeah, no junkers. So basically, as of right now, before you even look at the comments, you want to have more reuses or junkers. I prefer making junkers because they're more accurate and they're much faster on getting into Helena ranges if you're playing around Helena. So that's much, much better. And AP rockets, plus 10 these, plus 13 these, ideally. And you'll have a lot more damage when using carriers for bosses. Trust me, you will. So that is it for gear that I want to talk about. Maybe more baguette guns. If you can, make sure you're always farming Iris D2 every single day in the war archives if you can. If you're playing casually, you don't want to do that, then I'm not going to force you to do it. But if you really want to get more damage for like DDs, maybe some gun busts as well too, having the baguette guns will help out a lot. And oh, there it is, the waifu pick, the SX right here. So all right, so that guy did ring hit and 125. I gave it a skin. I respect it. All right, an SX enjoyer in the account review. Very, very nice. We have a lot of gold plates right here. You don't have to use them, but again, I gave you some recommendations on what to work on. I also made a video like a couple weeks ago talking about gear to prioritize for plus 13 and the best gear to prioritize stuff. So those are two videos I would highly recommend you watch. Those long videos of where I talk about the good gear in the game. Now it is a bit outdated because we got a Gear Labs update, but I'll give you a general idea of like what to work on as of right now for gear. And we have the video with the plus 13 prioritization. Also keep that in mind as well too. It's somewhere in the library I made like a month ago maybe, but watch that and I'll help you out. Augment stuff. Now these are, you don't have to worry about these too much. This is min-max stuff. But whenever you get around to it though, this extra stats, put them on the ships, you should be okay. Now for the PR stuff right here. So Monarch is worked on as of right now. Face Sim 3 has been updated. So we're getting around to it slowly but surely. Make sure you don't do PR while you're spying Prince. It'll save you much more time to get the other good seasons out of the way. So if you want to do that, make sure you're doing that. That's weird, but whatever. Face Sim 5 on Georgia, very nice. FDG is 25, the rest not obtained. Alright, that is perfectly fine. The others are kind of whatever, but having the battleships are very, very important because I do believe they give permanent firepower at 120, so even if you don't want to use them, they give stats that are really relevant to end game content, so it is good to have. Cheshire Face Sim 5, very nice. Drake is 26, 25 on Mines, and 24 on Odin. Alright. Campaign not obtained. Alright, that's perfectly fine. I don't know if she gives fire. I think she gives firepower though. So you may want to consider that at 120, but that's later on though. Don't worry about that as of right now, but she does give perma firepower, I believe. Anchorage at 29. She is a really good ship to get to developer 30, so keep that in mind. Hakuryu is 20. E-Girl is 30. AVP is Face Sim 5, and Marco Polo not obtained. That's fine. But getting Hakuryu to developer 30 though is very, very important. Highly recommend doing that. Plymouth 9, Harbin is 15. Chiklov, Chilakov, or oh my god, I remember I looked up a video how to say this. Whatever, dude. Chilakative, whatever, dude. The carrier. Breast in progress, print and not obtained. All right, so you got Plymouth. That's the only one that really matters in this one. There are some other good options in here too, but having Plymouth is like the most important one. So whenever you can, Face Sim 5 her, or not Face Sim 5, Dev 33rd, it'll help out a lot. So OS fleets. All right, so we need at least one mob setup. I can't really tell which is your mob setup. I'm assuming I don't know what your mob fleet is actually. I really don't. I do think you need one mob fleet though. You have two battleship fleets and kind of like the two hybrid carrier fleets right here. So you want to have a designated carrier. Tosa doesn't really do much here. Kick Tosa out, like add another carrier like Enterprise or put AVP in here as well. That actually helps. So here's what you need to do. Pick out Tosa, put AVP in the third fleet, make your fourth fleet an actual mob fleet with like healers like Unicorn, Perseus, some wave clearing battleships. FTG is good, or any other like barrages, like really good barrage ships. I guess Monarch could work as well too. And then have more like Anchorage is fine here, like gunboat damage. Z23 could work as well too, assuming she survives. And like add some torpedoes as well too. So just like add more like overall just like wave clearing damage, and you should be okay. But you do need a mob fleet though, because none of these fleets right here will sustain like a full auto content for a long period of time. Like they'll eventually get wear down, and it may get a little bit annoying. Now you can't use med kits, that's okay, but it does get annoying though over time to just, I gotta heal my ships again or whatever. Just having Perseus or Unicorn will make your life much easier when it comes to just regular mob content OS. So like what I said earlier for that. Now when it comes to bossing stuff, here's the thing. So these fleets really don't make that much sense. Like you have the Chinese DD here. Now I don't know what fight this is. This is for meta. Okay, this is Arc Royal. So she's like, the Chinese DDs aren't great on Arc Royal. Like they do light armor damage. She's medium armor. So you want like, what you want right here is, if you're playing battleships, you gotta kick out SX. Now, if you want SX to be in your fleet because of waifu reasons, you gotta play carriers then. So go Enterprise and like some other like carrier if you want to, like Shinano or something. Or do Shinano, Hakuryu, and like SX if you really want to use SX. Because right now, your team lacks a lot of like synergy. Like there are some heavy hitters, but you're lacking a lot because the thing about using battleships is that a lot of people lack a lot of the good BB guns because they're gated behind research or gear labs. So a lot of people aren't really like into the end game as of right now. So you're lacking the really good gear to work on battleships properly. A much easier and cheaper alternative is just going to carriers. Carriers, all you need is like Ryuseis or Junkers and some AP rockets, or like Sea Hornets even if you don't have AP rockets, and Helldivers. And that already does a much more significant amount of damage than battleships, assuming you're still playing around Helena. Much better progress there compared to just this one overall. Anyway, so let's get into questions, because I'm talking about questions, like answering some right now. I should build my OS fleets. What are some good examples of fleets I can build? So like I said, if you want to run 2 battleship fleets, that is fine. I don't know why the Chinese DD is here. I would definitely get another buffer in here somehow, like Helena Meta works, or just another damage dealer. I mean, she could work there, but it's just like whatever, because you kind of want to have I think you want to have 2 of them in a fleet or something. So I don't know, like she's better in like a mob setup instead of like a boss setup. So I'm just like not a fan of having this here. So that's what I would say for the first fleet, second fleet. Like you have battleships, that's fine. It's just these have to make more sense. Like I said earlier, third fleet, kick out Tosa, put in AVP, and use that fleet. I would get air raid assistance in here, like a Kazugumo or Bologna or Stephen Potter or something. Stephen Porter, Harry Potter. And just do that. Like you have 2 DDs split up right here. I would put them together, just put them in a mob fleet. And here's what you should do. Okay, AVP here, air raid assistance. This fleet can stay. That's fine. 4th fleet, get a Unicorn in here, get some wave clearing battleships. Put both Chinese DDs in the mob fleet and have like a tank. Anchorage can work just fine, and there you go. All right, that's your mob setup. Anchorage, 2 Chinese DDs, a healer like Unicorn or Perseus, a wave clearing barrage battleship, whatever you want, and then a flex slot or whatever you want, whatever you choose, and there, that should be good for you. Second question: what are ships I'm focusing on prioritizing get level 120, 125? So you have pretty much a good idea as to what to work on as of right now. If you have a ship above 120 or 100 already, I'm not going to talk about it. You pretty much know who to focus on. But I will mention some that I see are good options. Like Shokaku is a very good ship to have at 120. Nagato is another solid option to have at 120. Now Musashi is in the game nowadays, so you don't really have to use Nagato, but having her as an option for like other fleets is definitely very good. Sirius is also another good contender to have at 120. How, if you want another battleship, that's also really good as well too. Vanguard, there should be some Vanguard options in here. St. Louis is okay, but But I think Vanguards right now is like your biggest concern. So I would definitely work on Vanguards. Like if I see like a buffer in here, like I don't see Kazaguma. Maybe you have Kazaguma, I'm not exactly sure. But she is a good option to have in your carrier setup. I do see one. I don't see one though, but Bologna, Steven Potter, anything where air raid assistance, just give 15% carrier damage. It just helps out a lot. Just find one, toss one into your carrier fleet, and you should be good to go. I think that's pretty much it for 120 options. There are a couple in here that are niche that you can have at 120 that'll help you out, but for the most part though, whatever. If you want to play pure KMS as well too, Emden is a good option to have in your battleship setup. I'm not sure if you do have a pure KMS setup though. Let me see. You don't, so you don't have to, but you want to put like FDG and Ulrich in the same fleet. Having Emden at 120 is a solid option for sure. Third question: what improvements can I make to clear EX operator Silent Stronghold and increase damage against 115, including screenshots? Like I said earlier, most people don't have battleships fully invested because it's gated behind research or gear labs. So your best option is to go into carriers. There's a lot of good carry options nowadays, like Ark Royal, Enterprise, August 1 Parsifal, Indomitable, Shokaku, Hakuryu, Shinano, obviously. Those are solid options for carriers nowadays. And you just go to a really generic build, either AP Rockets or Sea Hornets, Helldivers, specifically gold, 10 Rise if you have them, and Ryuseis or Junkers for torpedo bombers. Toss 2 steam catapults or 1 homing beacon on them if they're a bit slow and you're lacking permanent stats on reload, and that is a solid fleet right there. It won't be probably the best one out there, but it will get the job done much better, much more efficient compared to battleships. And so battleships, you have more investments in them when you have more guns and more plus 13 gear available. That's when you're gonna start seeing battleships rise up, and especially when you have those core ships like Musashi, Vanguard, New Jersey, and Plymouth in your arsenal. You're going to see battleships pop off much better compared to what it is as of right now. Fourth question: what are some fleet building tips to clear 100 tactic and supply? Just run a full setup, honestly. Just go full carriers, battleships. Just run your best gear. Just go torpedo bombers. So like one thing you're missing as of right now, like you're missing a lot of bossing damage. It's because you're not making the right planes to use on boss content. Like Ryuseis and Junkers, you have to make these to do significant damage to bosses. Again, I have a video about torpedo bombers, I have a video about fighters, I have a video about dive bombers, and which one are the best ones to use in specific areas. Watch those, I'll give you a good idea. Just build around it. I already said how to build a carrier as well too, or like a minute ago, so copy that. And that'll help you blow out bosses much easier and help you do your daily content much better. What gear should I level on plus 13? What gear should I focus on gear labs as to why? Okay, as of right now, some Dido A's will help, but the most important thing to make right now are definitely going to be the Junkers. Now, there are some good options as well, too, like Seattle gun and stuff, but you're lacking a lot of backline damage right now for carriers because you're not having the right planes. So, Sea Hornets are good if you farm the Vanguard event. I'm not sure if you build your prints in here or not, but those will help out a lot. Junkers, torpedo bombers like Ryuseis and Junkers, make those. Junkers specifically is going to help you out a lot. And these 2 planes right here, plus 10 them, toss them onto your planes that can use fighters. A lot more damage. A lot more damage. Trust me. That's basically it. Overall, this account is fine. It's just missing fleet compositions and using the right gear. Overall, the right gear, I have many videos about those. I have many showcases about meta fights, many videos talking about gear, especially when I made them like 2 months ago, and what to prioritize for plus 13. Just watch those videos and they'll help you out a lot, my man. It's a little bit complicated, but once you get the foundations of how to build a fleet and ship properly, it's basically the same formula a day in and day out. Just copy the same formula. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.